With the third release of Disney Lorcana into the Inklands right around the corner, it's time to start asking some hard-hitting questions. Have Ravensburger fixed enough of the problems to make Lorcana a serious contender long-term in the TCG space? And how does Disney Lorcana compare, not only to itself and the other sets that it has released, but to other games such as Magic the Gathering? There's a lot to talk about in this one, and frankly, I can't wait. For those who haven't caught a Disney Lorcana video on the channel yet, I like to do a couple things in these videos. First and foremost, I like to say that I am a believer. Disney Lorcana has been a wonderful opportunity for my family to actually engage with trading card games in ways we never have before. Frankly, I'm the only trading card game fan in the household. My significant other, no one else has really ever liked trading card games, so to have that opportunity to share something I love with the people around me has been incredible. And the magic of Disney Lorcana goes far beyond getting people to play the game with you. The box opening experience, the nostalgia, revisiting some of your favorite times in your life in your childhood through Disney and these popular characters has been an absolute blast. But I have not been blind to the mistakes, and I have often called out producer Ravensburger to make things better and improve things. First and foremost, the situation for the first chapter box, underprinted, not properly sealed. You could slide packs out, things were weighable. All of these things were massive negatives. And with Rise of the Floodborn hitting the secondary market, it does seem that we took to this set in far fewer numbers than we did the first chapter. But with Into the Inklands right around the corner, I have been surprised, maybe even shocked at the pre-release information. So today we're going to go over all that. We're going to compare this release to the other Disney Lorcana releases, compare it even to Magic the Gathering and some of their latest releases, and I want to talk about what I think is in store for Disney Lorcana in its long-term future, and yes, how that actually is going to affect Magic the Gathering down the road. But without further ado, you know we want to check out these pre-release numbers, so I will head over to cardboardfinance.com, where we track every single sold listing of sealed product for major trading card game releases across TCG players. So we grab all this information, we scrape it, and the reason we do this is because these sets and these numbers would go away after roughly 120 days. And so to keep a snapshot of this history, we add these sales to the data vault and keep track of how these sets do over the long term. And we see Disney Lorcana Into the Inklands is, well, I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's doing incredibly. It is pre-selling in massive numbers compared to other Disney Lorcana sets. We're going to use the compare tool here in just a second, but overall this set's doing great, and it's wonderful to see the draft booster box at the top of the list for the highest number of units sold, quickly followed by the starter deck set. These are probably the two most important products for Disney Lorcana, and I love to see these sitting in a prominent spot atop the list. The draft booster box, as we have often said, is a wonderful tool for any TCG. It's so versatile. You can use it to play games, you can use it to crack packs and just relive some of those experiences. You can use it to chase collectibles. It's a versatile product, and for that product to do well, I think it's indicative of something, going well in a trading card game. And the starter deck set, in my opinion, for Disney Lorcana is far more important than even other TCGs, because we want so often to use this product to introduce not necessarily only the younger generation, but maybe people with ties to Disney that don't necessarily have ties to trading card games into our cardboard universe. And the starter deck set is a wonderful opportunity to do so, so it's great to see that selling in good numbers. But I want to go further than that, not just look at those numbers in a bubble. I want to pull up Into the Inklands here, if I can find it, on the compare tool, and let's compare it to the Floodborn, Rise of the Floodborn. I don't know why I thought, and we'll select the pre-release configuration. Sorry, I was doing that as I'm recording this video, and I got a little brain jumbled, and I want to see how those numbers stack. So what we're looking at here is actually pre-release information. We take all of the pre-release information from two sets, we cut off the information at that point, and we use that to compare these things in a bubble as they are. And with the pre-release configuration selected, we see that Into the Inklands is extremely favorable. It's comparing well to Rise of the Floodborn. By well, I mean it is selling more than double the number of products on TCG Player, and we see this number, the total amount spent, that represents how much money people like you and I spent, our hard-earned money on this product. And while we have, bought double the amount of product, we've only spent roughly $200,000 more, so not nearly double the amount of money. And this is indicative of the Disney Lorcana secondary market calming down. It is finally coming back down to earth from the first chapter craziness where these booster boxes right here, we'll go ahead and pull up the full screen. These things were insane. They were popping off. I have a couple more of these for openings for channel members. If you're a channel member, you can email me at hometowntcg@gmail.com. And then I just got a couple more in store, so let me know if you want a box open, you get a discount and all that. But those products were going crazy. So it's really nice to see the amount of money we have to spend to get these products in our hand coming down, and the amount of boxes selling going up. And just for kind of some comparison fun, if we look at the first chapter here and how this compared, the number of products is extremely comparable. Mind you, this set doesn't come out for another 1.5 to 2 weeks as of the release of this video. So seeing these number of boxes from the first chapter to Into the Inklands being this comparable, even with the first chapter's crazy print issues and the number of products out there being so limited, I think is very healthy. I love to see this, and it gives me great hope for Disney Lorcana. And that great hope for Disney Lorcana expands beyond just Disney Lorcana. Most of us who watch this channel, myself included, are fans of other TCGs. We like a bunch of trading card games. We live in the cardboard world. And because of that, it's super interesting to consider Disney Lorcana's impact on the rest of our ecosystem. While Disney Lorcana is doing extremely well for itself compared to itself and in its own bubble, I hold the theory that Lorcana is this beautiful gateway TCG. And if we all think back to our early origin story for trading card games, most of us didn't necessarily start all in on the game that we're playing right now. We probably picked up something easier, and heck, I can bet almost all of us have experienced or played Pokemon in some form or fashion at this time. And what that did for us is it opened us up to the cardboard world. It made it feel more normal to grab, packs of cards, open them up, build collections, put things in binders, value foil cards, things of that nature. All of these things that are learned behaviors in the trading card game ecosystem are, they have to start somewhere. And I do believe Disney Lorcana is going to go a long way in protecting our cardboard ecosystem as far as bringing new players in as a whole. Now, it has to stand the test of time. I was asked recently, is Disney Lorcana now one of the big three, being Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh? And while the numbers would suggest in a bubble, on the secondary market, that Disney Lorcana is crashing the big three party, I believe that there's a variable here. So we're going to compare Disney Lorcana in 1 second to one of the big three, but I want to talk about this idea of consistency. The big three didn't just make their name by having massively popular sets for a year or two, selling a bunch of boxes and hoping everyone held on. They had to go through trials and tribulations. They had to fix things. They had to break things. They had to change the game in some way. And for this reason, before I'm willing or comfortable enough to declare Disney Lorcana as one of the big three, and make sure you're subscribed, we're going to do a whole video on Disney Lorcana being part of the big three. I want to see more longevity, more consistency from the product, from the game, and from Ravensburger maybe having to solve some of the problems that they haven't even encountered yet. Though, to their credit, they've done a good job of solving the problems that they have had so far. But that big three is an important comparison, and it's wild when you look at Into the Inklands pre-release and you compare it to, well, let's just go the latest Magic the Gathering release, Carlo Manor. When you compare Disney Lorcana Into the Inklands to Carlo Manor, you find that even with a week to go in pre-release, this set is coming close to Carlo Manor pre-release numbers. Remember, these Carlo Manor pre-release numbers were, I don't want to say they were juiced, but they had a massive sale on Carlo Manor Play booster boxes. So to see these numbers so comparable is insane to me. Now, here is something that most people will find just absurd. It does look like, based on the total number of boxes sold, and the total amount spent as a whole in a giant microcosm, you get more bang for your buck with Magic the Gathering. I know that's an extremely hyperbolic statement. I said it more just for fun. It's really fun to look at. But Murders at Carlo Manor, sorry, just Carlo Manor, sorry, YouTube algorithm, please don't punish me, is not the end-all be-all. We do have things like Lost Caverns of Ixalan that sold extremely more favorably with a more stable price point and things like that. But we do see, even just based on these two graphs, Disney Lorcana not only belongs, but is making a splash in the cardboard ecosystem. Now again, if you want to check out any of this information for yourself, you can head over to cardboardfinance.com on your computer, because it's made for a computer, because I use it in YouTube videos. Like, what do you mean? And you can check that out. And also, if you believe in this project, you like these videos, you want discounts on box openings, or you just want to support what we're doing here, you can join the channel membership. There'll be a link in this video's description. I will pin a comment below. It is $5 a month. You get early access to most content. You get discounts. You help support this, because frankly, I can't support the server costs of Cardboard Finance all on my own. And also, you buy the principal developer a coffee every once in a while. And I appreciate all the channel members that have joined. You guys are all awesome, and thank you so much for your support on this mission that we started, this little dream of mine. I just really appreciate that. But this has been a really fun, journey down the Disney Lorcana wormhole. If you like Disney Lorcana, if you like any trading card games, and you found this conversation interesting, share the video on a social media platform, in a Discord forum. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And until next time, you guys know me. My name is Josh, and we will see you around. All right, goodbye, everyone.